guys, welcome to the first video in Mythbusters series where we're going to take a look at different things inside of Ring of Elysium and determine whether or not they may or may not be true. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we're going to look at here is whether or not a ski lift can be shot down. And so when I started testing this, I was shooting the ski lift itself, as you can see here, and I wasn't having any luck. So I started shooting just above it, and basically if you shoot anything above the ski lift, anything that's not red, they're pretty easy to knock down. So after shooting down a bunch of them, I decided to test whether or not you could take them down with a sniper, because I figured that's kind of the more likely scenario. And it turns out it's pretty difficult to do. In fact, I was never even able to pull it off with a bolt-action rifle. So I'm pretty sure here that it's going to be the amount of bullets that actually connect with the ski lift itself, and not necessarily damage dealt. The next thing we're going to look at is whether or not two people can die at the same time. And I was actually a little worried about testing this one. I wasn't sure how I was going to pull it off, but this guy showed up, and turns out, yeah, you can kill each other at the exact same time. This next test was looking into whether or not the clothing actually protected you from the storm. And so I think what brought this on was the descriptions of the clothing itself actually say things like that. They say things like protects you, keeps you warm, that sort of thing. And so I think a lot of people were just curious about whether or not it made a difference when you're in the storm. And so I did this at 4 different times during 4 different games, and I did not see any correlation. So what you're seeing here is the sped up version of this. It's 2 times faster. I went in, I timed it myself and looked at it during each time, and I did not see a difference in how quickly the storm actually hurts you. So in case you didn't know, the only thing that's going to make a difference is the temperature, which you can see in the top left. The colder it is, the more damage it will do. Alright, this last test was a fun one. There's been a lot of talk about whether there's a difference in the run speed between the classes. I've even heard some pretty major streamers talk about how they feel like the climber just runs slower than the rest. And so what it is, I got my friends here, as you can see, we all lined up, and we just started running from one point to the next. Pretty simple. They're holding shift, their weapons are away, and it was pretty clear that there was no difference in it. And so I think when it's talking about the mobility on there, it's definitely talking about the ability for that particular class to get from point A to point B, and not necessarily about how fast they can run. That's it for this video on Mythbusters, guys. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you want to see in the future videos, just sound out in the comments below and I'll check that out. Also, the next video is going to be on grip testing, so I'm going to check out the different grips and give you what I see and find from there. So be sure and hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell there so you don't miss that. Thanks, guys, and happy hunting.
Oh, they're behind me. Dad,
I'm down. Golly.
I'm down. Matt, there's 2 of them up here.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm almost out
How
of
in the
ammo.
world? I was shooting the guy that was shooting him, and next thing you know, I'm dead. Somebody behind me.
One's on the bottom floor.
Yep, right there, Matt.
I got 1 bullet left. He thinks I'm out the door?
That was great, man.
I got no bullets.
Oh,
I got no
grenades,
bullets.
screw it. Grenade it. It's the point of having grenades if you don't use them.
I'm just messing with him at this point. I did take out all of his friends. Oh, there's a body.